Hey, be honest with me for a second. How many times have you checked your phone today? Once? Twice? Or maybe you lost count after 50? Yeah, I get it. I was addicted too, scrolling for hours, wasting my life on a screen, convincing myself I was just taking a break. But in reality, my brain was fried. My focus? Gone. My motivation? Missing in action. But then, boom, I broke free. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it, and how you can too. No fluff, no generic advice, just real actionable steps that work. Let's go. Chapter 1, the wake-up call. All right, let me paint a picture for you. It's 2 a.m. I'm lying in bed, eyes burning, scrolling through reels I won't even remember in the morning. My alarm is set for 7 a.m., but let's be real. I'm hitting snooze at least 5 times. Sound familiar? That was me, every single night, until one day I checked my screen time. 7 freaking hours a day. That's a full-time job. That's time I could have used to learn a new skill, hit the gym, or actually talk to real people. And it hit me. This wasn't just a habit. This was an addiction. My phone owned me. And I was done. I realized I was stuck in an endless loop. Wake up, check my phone, scroll mindlessly, procrastinate, get stressed about all the things I hadn't done, then numb myself by scrolling even more. The cycle was vicious. And the worst part? I thought I was in control when, in reality, my phone controlled me. But not anymore. I made a decision right then and there. I was going to break free. No more wasting my life staring at a screen. I had to take action. And that's exactly what I did. Chapter 2. Why your brain loves scrolling. Before I show you how I escaped, you need to understand why you're addicted in the first place. See, your brain loves quick dopamine hits. Every time you scroll, you get a tiny reward. Ding! Funny meme. Ding! Cute puppy. Ding! Someone liked your post. Your brain is like, yo, this is amazing. Let's do this forever. But here's the catch. Dopamine isn't the happiness chemical. It's the wanting chemical. It keeps you chasing the next hit, but it never lets you feel satisfied. That's why one more video turns into 10, then 100. Then suddenly, boom, it's midnight. Social media apps, they know this. They are designed to keep you hooked. Infinite scrolling, autoplay, notifications, all of it is a trap. And I was stuck in it until I broke the cycle. Not only does excessive screen time mess with your brain's reward system, but it also disrupts your ability to focus on real-life tasks. Ever wonder why it's so hard to read a book or concentrate on work after spending hours on your phone? That's because your brain has been trained to crave constant stimulation. The moment you try to focus on something slower paced, it feels unbearable. But the good news? You can retrain your brain. And it all starts with awareness. I started researching how social media companies design their platforms to hijack our attention. I learned that apps like Instagram and TikTok use the same psychological tricks as casinos: random rewards, infinite loops, and bright colors to keep you hooked for as long as possible. Once I realized I was being manipulated, I became determined to fight back. Here's how I did it. Chapter 3, Step 1. Make your phone annoying. First thing I did, I made my phone less fun. I turned my screen black and white. No more bright, colorful icons screaming, "Click me!" This simple change instantly made my phone less visually appealing. Without vibrant colors, those notifications and app icons lost their allure, making my phone feel dull and uninteresting. And guess what? That's exactly what I needed. I removed every social media app from my home screen. If I wanted to check Instagram, I had to search for it. That extra step was annoying, and that was the whole point. The more friction I added, the less likely I was to open those apps mindlessly. The effort of typing in the app name and waiting for it to load made me pause and think, do I really need to check this right now? Most of the time, the answer was no. I turned off all non-essential notifications. No more random pings pulling me back in. Every notification is a tiny invitation to get distracted. By disabling them, I removed the temptation altogether. Suddenly, I wasn't constantly reacting to my phone. It was just a tool I could check when I decided to, not when my phone dictated it. I set my phone to do not disturb mode for most of the day. No unnecessary calls, no texts popping up every few minutes. The world didn't end. In fact, I felt free. If something was truly urgent, people could still reach me. But 99% of the time, that notification wasn't important at all. I even went a step further. I removed addictive apps altogether. TikTok, gone. Twitter, deleted. If I really needed to check something, I forced myself to use the desktop version. That added friction made me think twice before logging in. And surprise, I found myself checking social media way less. I also changed my phone's default settings. I limited my screen time by setting app restrictions. I made my home screen nearly empty, just a few essential apps like Maps and my Notes app. The result? Every time I picked up my phone, there was nothing exciting to tap on. My muscle memory of opening social media apps started fading. And let me tell you, these tiny changes, they work. My phone went from a dopamine slot machine to, well, kind of boring. And that was the point. The less exciting it was, the less time I spent glued to it. But just making my phone annoying wasn't enough. I had to find something better to replace it. Chapter 4. Step 2. Replace, don't remove. Listen, quitting cold turkey? Almost impossible. If you just delete social media, your brain will crave that dopamine hit. So instead of just removing distractions, I replaced them. Instead of TikTok, I watched educational YouTube videos. Instead of mindless scrolling, I picked up a book. Instead of texting for hours, I called people. Real conversations, remember those? The key? Keep your brain engaged. Give it something better than scrolling. Chapter 5. Step 3. The 30-day challenge. This is where things got real. I challenged myself. 30 days. No mindless scrolling. If I caught myself doing it, I had to immediately put my phone down and do something productive. The first week? Brutal. My brain was begging for that dopamine hit. But after 2 weeks, I started noticing crazy changes. My focus was insane. My sleep improved. I actually felt happier. By the end of 30 days, I wasn't even tempted to scroll. My brain had reprogrammed itself. Chapter 6. Step 4, the golden rule. All right, if you take one thing from this video, let it be this. Control your phone or it will control you. Set limits. Be intentional. Use your phone as a tool, not a toy. And hey, if you're serious about breaking free, try this. For the next 24 hours, track your screen time. You might be shocked at what you find. If this video helped you, drop a comment below. How many hours a day are you spending on your phone? Let's see who's got the worst addiction. No judgment, I was at 7 hours, remember? And if you're ready to take back your life, hit that subscribe button. More life-changing content coming soon. All right, that's it from me. Now, go touch some grass. Seriously. But before you do, take a moment to reflect. How much of your life is controlled by a screen? How many beautiful moments have you missed because you were too busy staring at your phone? Breaking free isn't about never using technology again. It's about reclaiming your time, your focus, and your life. Imagine what you could achieve if you weren't constantly distracted. Imagine the relationships you could strengthen, the skills you could build, the dreams you could chase. If you've made it this far, that means something inside you is ready for change. So, take this as your sign. Start today. Take small steps. Be intentional. And most importantly, be patient with yourself. Breaking an addiction isn't easy, but trust me, it's worth it. I believe in you. You got this. And if you ever need motivation, come back to this video, rewatch it, and remind yourself why you started. All right, now go. Go live. Go experience the world beyond the screen. I'll see you in the next one.